It's a soldier's job to kill when he's threatened and when the system that he's defending is threatened. That is the response. If the enemy is trying to kill you or trying to kill people that you are defending, your job is to kill him.
During a time of immense political turmoil in South Africa, where oppression masked the nation's spirit, one man operated in the shadows, an enigma caught between loyalty to his country and the moral ambiguity of his actions. Today we take a look at the life of Craig Williamson, a spy who worked with the apartheid regime. What drove him to betray his own people? Born in 1947 in Johannesburg, Craig Williamson grew up in a country deeply divided along racial lines. The apartheid regime established in 1948 had created a society characterized by racial discrimination and oppression against the black majority. Williamson, raised in a conservative environment, became an active member of the youth wing of the National Party, which was committed to maintaining white supremacy. By the time he reached adulthood, Williamson had enlisted in the South African Air Force, where his military skills would later play a crucial role in his espionage career. During the late 1960s and 1970s, the ANC emerged as the leading force against apartheid, calling for equal rights and an end to racial segregation. The regime viewed this as a significant threat. In response, they established a network of spies and informants. Williamson quickly became one of their most valuable assets. Williamson was involved in deception and manipulation, infiltrating various anti-apartheid organizations, including the ANC. He was skilled at gaining trust, often befriending key figures to gain vital information. His covert operations helped him halt numerous plots against the government. One of Williamson's most notorious actions came when he was tasked with undermining the ANC structures and leadership. He embedded himself within their ranks, all while secretly reporting back to the apartheid government. He played a role in orchestrating the assassination of ANC leaders and was involved in the infamous bombings that claimed innocent lives, all under the guise of eliminating threats to the state.
So he made himself very valuable in the student movement. He knew about finances, he knew about administration, he knew about organization, and so he was quite an effective person in NUSAS, which was the student movement he infiltrated. NUSAS was virtually bankrupt at that time, and he nursed it back to financial health, and he was quite a solid organizing person. And in the left, there weren't too many of those people who were prepared to get their hands dirty doing that kind of the grunt work. And I think also people gave him the benefit of the doubt. And because he was a plant in the sense that he was there not to if there had been a meeting and somebody said something, he wouldn't pass this information on to the police for that.
In 1972, Craig Williamson, a big, burly, bearded man, walked onto Wits University and registered as a student. He joined the National Union of South African Students, NUSAS. Williamson was elected NUSAS's vice president in January 1977. When his career in student politics came to an abrupt end, he fled the country and from Europe continued his anti-apartheid work. But Williamson was not the activist his friends and comrades thought he was. In January 1980, Craig Williamson was unmasked as a South African spy. Williamson returned to South Africa, and during the turbulent 1980s, he worked for the foreign section of the South African Police Notorious Security Branch. 2 years after he left Switzerland, he returned to Europe under a false name and worked with the crack squad of special force officers to blow up the ANC's headquarters in London. He was also responsible for a parcel bomb that killed Ruth First in Mozambique and the bomb that killed Jeanette School and her 6-year-old daughter, Catherine, in Angola. He left the security branch to join military intelligence and finally State Security Council.
Carry out operations against the ANC. I was an officer in the security forces. The security forces, I was in a particular section, the role of which was to carry out counter-revolutionary actions against the ANC and other organizations. I did my job.
Craig Williamson did his job well. His victims are scattered across the subcontinent.
It's a soldier's job to kill when he's threatened and when the system that he's defending is threatened. That is the response. If the enemy is trying to kill you or trying to kill people that you are defending, your job is to kill him.
After so many years at the forefront of Southern Africa's secret and dirty wars, Williamson is now preparing his submission to the Truth Commission. He wants to tell everything.
But Williamson's treachery was not without consequence. While he clandestinely worked to defeat the ANC, the backlash was severe. His activities were ultimately revealed in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission hearings after apartheid ended. In the early 1990s, Williamson's past caught up with him as anti-apartheid activists began to unveil the truth of his spy. The commission provided a platform for victims and beneficiaries of apartheid to share their stories. Williamson's testimony revealed the dark and often chilling lengths to which he had gone in support of the government's agenda. After the fall of apartheid, Williamson's life took a new hue. The South African government made a transition of power, and Williamson faced the stark reality of a nation that was no longer aligned with the oppressive ideologies he had once espoused. He fled to Europe and later returned to South Africa, where he remained largely out of the public eye. His legacy, however, remains controversial. A man who once fought ferociously for the apartheid cause yet had to reckon with the consequences of his actions. Craig Williamson's story serves as a reminder of the complexities of morality, loyalty, and the human capacity for both loyalty and betrayal. In a world grappling with the shadows of its past, remembering figures like Williamson can help illuminate the path toward understanding and reconciliation. What are your thoughts of the role of espionage in political struggles? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, like, share, and subscribe for more explorations of history's most intriguing figures.